Um, Hello, everybody. I'm Madeline, as Sarah just said, and this is a real talk this time, I promise. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about faith, and more specifically about doubt and questioning. I am somebody that has doubted my faith and the church many times over, and I've really struggled to stay Catholic at times. Something that really helps me is thinking on the fact that everybody doubts. Everybody questions, and that's okay. If you would be my clicker, that'd be lovely. Thank you. Mother Teresa did her whole life. She felt as if God had called her to do this good work and then abandoned her, yet still she kept doing it. Like Saint Faustina, people doubted her abilities and her visions that she had, but she continued to believe. In the midst of trials, I will try to see the loving hand of God. Nothing is as constant as suffering. It will always faithfully it always faithfully keeps the soul company. Oh Jesus, I will let no one surpass me in loving you. Joseph is the patron saint of doubts and hesitation, and he had a lot of right to be. His virgin fiancée was pregnant, but still he married her and stayed with her and helped her raise this beautiful son. And Mary is perfect. She's one of the people in our faith that is perfect. But she also, when Gabriel came to tell her that she was going to have a baby, she was like, how? What are the mechanics there? She had questions, and that is okay. All of these people, these are all saints. They questioned, they doubted. Everybody has their moments. And this is just a few. This is as many as I could fit on that slide. And most of all, Jesus doubted. In the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus asks if the cup can pass away from him, asks if he really has to go through with it. He questions and he doubts. You may have noticed something about each of these people that doubted. It is that they overcame their doubt so as to continue to serve the Lord. But Madeline, these peeps are so holy and old. What about me? This one is not done yet. Being a modern Catholic is hard. It really is, especially when scandals break and the whole world attacks all of us for the actions of a few. There are demands that the wonderful Pope Francis steps down, and there are minor rumors of a schism in the church, and that is scary. They and we are torn between tradition and coming into the modern age. They blame homosexuality, divorce, instant gratification, the modern Western way of life, for how everything seems to be falling apart. And it is hard to want to be a part of the negativity that keeps swirling around. It is hard to defend the church when all it seems to do is discriminate and cover up, and in the opinion of some, hate. I don't have answers as to how to deal with that, either spiritually or physically. I do know that this confliction of ideas has directly influenced my life and that of my family. So my little sister and I are 13 months apart. We share absolutely everything, including a bed. And until the day I moved to Butler, that's what we shared. She was the wild one, and I'll let you interpret what that means. But for the purpose of this talk, it means that she's the one that really hated going to church and would do anything to get out of it, or any activity related to it, mostly because our home priest didn't connect with young people well, at all. I really worried for her soul, and I prayed for her every day. And then last year, she decided to quit going to college, take online classes instead, get married, and move to California with her Marine husband. She was 19. If you think that sounds like a bad idea, you were thinking exactly what we were thinking when she told us. I thought, really, God, this is not what I was praying to you for. There was no talking her out of it, but somehow, we were able to convince her to get married in the church, which requires going through pre-Cana. The priest that counseled them and helped them through making their marriage holy, did know how to connect with young people. And now their marriage is truly one of the holiest unions I have ever seen. They were meant to be together, and I know her soul is safe now. We had taken our doubt and turned it into prayer and turned it into certainty. And she had taken her doubt and turned it into faith. And then I don't have a slide for this one yet, and I'm not sure I like this, but we'll see. While my sister was finding her way back to Christ and into a holy marriage is an amazing thing, and I couldn't be happier for her. There is a tradition in my family that if a younger sister gets married before an older sister, the older sister has to dance in a hog trough at the reception. My sister did not make me do that, but people at the reception did come up and ask me when we would be bringing the trough out. Now, it all seems like fun and games, but it still highlighted the fact that I am single, I have always been single, and I feel like I always will be single. I am my grandmother's only granddaughter that is not married yet, and while that doesn't sound like terrible, there are 13 of us, and I'm the only one. You can imagine what my holidays look like. Everyone else gets asked about their kids once, and then everybody turns to me. Do you have a boyfriend yet? How's school going? Met any nice boys there lately? I could set you up with insert of name of somebody you didn't like in high school. Oh. When I continually answered these questions with boys are gross, or I'm focusing on myself and what I want to do in my life, my mother began to believe that I was a lesbian. Let me repeat that. I have been single for so long that my own mother legitimately thought I was a lesbian. I thought about it a few times. Honestly, no guy is ever going to love me, so why not open up to more options? But no, that isn't going to solve anything, Madeline. This isn't going to solve the fact that you doubt every single person that says they love you, because if they really love you platonically, why isn't there at least one that loves you romantically? Are my standards too high? Should I lower them? Am I too picky? Do I flirt enough? Am I good enough? Am I approachable? Am I intimidating? Am I too busy? Am I open enough with my heart to the possibility? What if this isn't what I really want? What do I really want? Should I become a nun? Is that why God hasn't set me anyone yet? Because there's not going to be someone? I'm sorry. I just dumped a lot of baggage on you all, and I apologize for that. The point I'm getting at is that I question every part of everything about myself every day, and that isn't wrong. I may never get the answers to some of my questions or all of my questions, and that's okay. I have amazing friends and family that lift me up, even if it doesn't sound like they do, but they do. And on top of that, I have God who loves me for me, even if I don't feel it all the time. And God is constantly calling me to be the best person that I want to be, or that he wants me to be. So, it is not a sin to doubt, but you just can't let the doubt consume you. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a hole crying, and that's not what you want. How many of you have seen Inside Out? Spoiler alert. The whole movie, they say that sadness is a useless and harmful emotion, that joy should be in control the whole time, only to find out in the end that without sadness, there would be no outlet. There would be no way to bring joy back into the picture when things go awry. The same is true for faith and doubt. If we didn't doubt, we wouldn't need faith. And with no faith, where would we be?